It was a starry, starry night at the Rady Shell as a nonprofit that supports foster youth in San Diego celebrated its incredible volunteers.
The mainly Mozart Youth Orchestra, accompanied by the San Diego Children's Choir, kicked off the event. The charity Voices for Children honored its court-appointed special advocates, or CASAs, for their dedication to foster youth. CBS 8's Marcella Lee emceed the event and introduces us to the 2023 CASA of the Year.
That was my husband and me. 3 months after my lung transplant, I was hiking in Yosemite at altitude, and it was so exhilarating.
It's been 8 years since Bonnie Grossman received a life-changing gift in the form of a double lung transplant.
Before my transplant, I spent about 8 hours a day doing breathing treatments. I was on oxygen for 5 years. And then after my transplant, I suddenly had all this free time. I felt like I was reborn almost.
Knowing very little about her organ donor,
I know my donor was about 53 years old.
Bonnie wanted to find a way to honor the woman who gave her new life.
I tried to make a story around who she was so that I could have something to hold on to.
A mom herself, Bonnie wondered if her donor had kids.
I thought that perhaps she was a mother and that perhaps honoring her by taking care of children might be a way to show my gratitude.
Bonnie decided to volunteer her time as a CASA, a court-appointed special advocate with the nonprofit Voices for Children.
It's our privilege at Voices for Children to train and support amazing members of the community who work individually with children in foster care to speak up for what they need.
CASAs are often the one constant in a foster child's life.
CASAs have a really critical role. They're a caring, consistent adult during what can be a really scary time, their journey through foster care.
I kind of feel like I transport myself as if I were their parent, the kid's parent.
Over the past 7 years, Bonnie has been matched with 4 different foster youth, serving as their advocate in the court system and making sure their educational needs are met.
What's the challenge is foster kids move around. I think this last year my foster kid lived in 5 different places and it's been in 4 different schools.
Her current foster child is a senior in high school
who doesn't have anybody else in his life, and I'm the one he calls every day to tell me what's happening with him. And no matter where I am, I always pick up his call because I have to. There's no one else to pick up his call.
For these reasons and countless more, Voices for Children selected Bonnie to be the 2023 CASA of the Year.
Bonnie's pretty amazing, and so we're delighted that we can honor her with this special recognition.
When I was selected, I was like, why me? You know, there are so many great CASAs out there. So I really feel like I represent all those great CASAs.
Bonnie has spent her whole life beating the odds. Diagnosed with cystic fibrosis as a child, she was not expected to live past the age of 6. 5 decades later, she is a strong voice for foster youth.
We talk a lot about his goals and his dreams,
hoping to lead them down a path to success.
When I told him I was going to be CASA of the Year, he said, "You are the best CASA ever." And so that was really heartwarming. It's rewarding to know that I'm hopefully making a difference in a child's life.
Marcella Lee, CBS 8.
There's currently a wait list of children in need of a CASA. If you're interested in being an advocate for foster youth, visit cbs8.com/fosteringhope.